in Brighton, right? Okay.
I am near to London.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are on recording.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Dhamma friends.
Good evening, Bhante and everyone.
Good evening,
Good evening,
Yes.
Bhante.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante Chandima.
Oh, without telling your name, what's your name?
Son from KL.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Alfred Lim.
Oh, Alfred Lim. What a beautiful name, huh?
Thank
Okay,
you.
I don't know the
Thank
meaning.
you.
Good, good. You're going to be joining with your grandma with us?
Yep.
Oh, good, good. Give it a try.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Mhm.
See you soon, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. We are at 6 p.m. now. We'll be starting. Right. So let's get started by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Okay, so welcome back to online class.
Bhante, your line is
And,
breaking up.
today is going to be actually discussing 29 lessons. Okay, yes, I have to check it out. Let me give me a second. All right, how is it now? Better?
Yeah,
Okay.
better,
Oh, good.
Bhante. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Let's go to the Sutta. Before that, I think we have a newcomer, Sister Doris Chi. She's new to us.
Good evening, Bhante. Good evening, Bhante.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are You are joining from?
From Malaysia, from Subang Jaya,
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. So for the first 30 to 40 minutes, we will be reading the text, and then we'll be going on to the discussion. All right. Can all of you see my screen? Should be able to see.
Yes, yes,
All right.
Bhante.
So
can
this is
see.
another section, 2 stanzas of the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Nidhikaṇḍa. I need to explain that because we have a new person over here. Nidhi means treasure. Khanda means a portion. So this comes from an understanding that at that time of India, there were people who set aside a certain portion of their treasures in order for them to get benefited as time goes on. There were no banks, there were no other places that you see in today's world. So Nidhi, a set of, probably a portion of their treasures will be buried down under the earth floor, right? Just to get benefited in the future. But the Buddha explained this as a normal practice. Then he suggested that it is better to do more good karmas. So good karmas will be the best type of treasures, because the buried treasures can be taken away by the king, by the thieves, right? So today we are discussing about what the Buddha meant by the buried treasures, now in the sense of making good karmas. Now, when you do good karmas in your own words, merits, then these are the things that you'll be getting in your life. There's a warning here. Just you should not do good karmas just to get one of these states of life in the future. Now, a lot of people, when they see these stanzas, oh, good looks, sweet voice, good shape, who doesn't like these things? Good appearance, leadership, followers, all the set of things that everybody is wishing for in this life, right? So these are attainable because you can do good karmas. Huh? Okay, first stanza. Right? Suvannata, susarata, susandhana, surupata, adipaccha, parivaru, sabbametena labbati. Now, sabbametena labbati was the repeating line that we see in other previous ones too. Suvannata, susarata, susandhana, surupata, adipaccha, parivaru, sabbametena labbati. All right, so as usual, I'm leaving up to the groups. Anybody from group 1? Group 2? Oh. All right, Suzanne and Kim, who would like to read?
It's okay.
Okay,
She
Kim.
can. No.
Huh?
You want Suzanne, sister? You can read. No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Suzanne, go ahead, yes.
Thank you. Suvannata, susarata, susantana, sarupata, atipachaparivaro, sabamentane, labata,
Sabbametena labbati.
sabametena, slabata,
Labbati.
lapati,
Labbati. Good.
sabametena, lapati.
Great. Yeah, fast learning.
Thank you.
Okay. Group 3. Is that low billing? Yes, billing, go ahead.
Yes, Bhante.
Yes.
Subanyata susarata.
What did you say?
Susarata.
No,
Susar.
the first one.
Subanyata.
not Suvanyata. Suvannata.
Oh, no. Oh,
There's no near here.
Oh, not the top.
Suvannata.
Sorry. Not the top line in the bottom. Suvannata. Susarata. Susantana. Surupata. Adipacha Parivaro.
Adipacha, not Adipacha.
Adipacha. Adipacha Parivaro. Sabbamitena Labati.
Great. Would you like to go again?
Mm.
Because you,
Suvanata.
you can go ahead again.
Suvanata Susarata. Susantana Surupata. Adipacha Parivaro. Sabbamitena Labati.
Great.
Thank you.
And group 4, it's KBR.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Suvanata, Susarata, Susantana, Surupata, Adi Pacha Parivaro, Sabha Metena Labati.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. And then we have somebody from group 5. Is Chan from group 5?
No, Bhante.
No. Okay. So we're leaving up to the groups now
Yes.
first, and then
Okay.
leaving this open for the flow. All right. So would you mind turning off the hand? All right. Yes, Melinda, go ahead. Bye.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Suvanata, Susarata,
Susarata. Susarata. Long A.
Okay. Susarata, Susantana, Surupata, Adipacha Parivaro,
Parivaro.
Sabbamitena Labati.
All right. Would you like to
Thank you.
read again?
Okay, thank you. Suvanyata, Susara.
No, not Suvanyata. Suvannata.
Okay. Suvanyata, Susarata, Susantana, Surupata, Adipacha Parivaro, Sabbamitena Labati.
Right. See, when you read a
Thank
couple
you.
of times, you get into the point.
Thank you,
Groups,
Bhante.
yes. Group 6. Somebody from group 6. Yes. Tisitan.
Yes, thank you. Suvanata, Susarata, Susantana, Surupata, Adipacha Parivaro, Sabbamitena Labati.
Right. Group 7. Yeah, Shelley. Yes, Shelley.
Suvanata Susarata Susantana Surupata Adipacha Parivaro Sabbamitena Labati.
Great. Great. And then group 8. Somebody from group 8. Oh, you're gonna do the maiden recital. Go ahead.
I'd like to
Start.
try, Bhante.
Yes,
I'd
yes,
like
go
to
ahead.
try. Thank you. Suvanata, Susarata, Susantana, Surupata, Adipacha, Parivaro, Sabbamitena, Labati.
Yeah, great. Good.
Thank you.
Yes. And now I'm leaving up to the flow. I think I'm going to be asking Kim. Yeah, Kim, and then the
Bhante.
others. Yes, Kim.
Suvanata Susarata. Susantana Surupata. Adipacha Parivaro. Sabbamitena Labati.
All right. Then Chan. Yes, Chan.
Yes, Bhante.
Yes.
Suvannata Susarata Susantana Surupata Adipacha Parivaro Sabbamitena Labati.
Great. And then we have Jenny.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Suvanata Susarata Susantana Surupata Adipacha Parivaro Sabbametena Labbati.
Great.
Thank you.
Yes. And others? Now, Corina. Corina?
Hello.
Yes, Corina.
Oh, it's for me. Thank you,
Yes.
Bhante. Suvananta Surasrata.
Suvanata Susarata.
Suvananta.
Not Suvananta. Suvanata.
Oh, Suvanata. Suvanata Surarata.
Susarata.
Susarata. Susantana Surupata. Adipacha Parivaro. Sapa Metana Labanti.
Oh, great. Are you in China these days?
Yeah, yes, that's why.
Good. Good.
The line is rather bad.
Yeah, I understand. Others?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Well, we have just on. Right?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Suvanata Susarata Susantana Surupata Adipacha Parivaro Sabbamitena Labbati.
No, such an easy one for you. Huh? Good. All right, then we have Po Chuan.
Thank you, Bhante. Suvanata Susarata Susantana Surupata Adipacha Parivaro Sabbametena Labbati.
Right.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else? Yes. Right. Looks like there are no others, so we'll be going on to the next stanza now. Right. Padesa Rajang Issariyang Chakkavatti Sukhang Piya Deva Rajampi Tibbesu Sabbametena Labbati. This is all about becoming kings, different types of kings in Buddhism. Padesa Rajang Issariyang Chakkavatti Sukhang Piya Deva Rajampi Dibbesu Sabbametena Labbati. Right. Group 1. Anyone from group 1? Is Annie with us today? Annie? Right. If there is nobody for group 1, then we'll be asking someone from group 2. Okay, Kim, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Father Sarajan is
What is that?
Father Sarajan.
No, not Padaraja. Padesa Raja.
Pade Sarajang Isariyang Chakavati Sukhang Piyang Deva Rajampi Di Besu Sabba Metena Labati.
Great.
Thank you.
And group 3. Group 3.
Anyone want to read?
I think Jenny is over there. Jenny, are you from group 3?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay, please go ahead.
Oh, Sister Law.
No, she's letting you read. Please go
okay.
ahead.
Thank
We'll
you,
pick it up
Sister.
later. Yes.
Padesa Rajang Isariyang Chakkavati Sukhang Piyang Dewa Rajang Pi Dibbesu Sabba Metena Labbati.
Great. And then group 4, KB on. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Padesarajang Isariyam Chakavati Sukhang Piyam Devarajampi Tipesu Sabamitena Labati.
Right. And then
Thank
group
you.
5. Group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. I try. Padisarajam Isariyam Chakavati Sukham Piyam Deva Rajampi Dibesu Sabbametena Labati.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
then group 6. Group 6, someone from group 6. Yes, Tista.
Padesarajam Isariyam Chakavati Sukham Piyam Devaranjampi Tibesu Sabemetena Labati.
Would you mind reading the third line again?
Devarajampi Tibesu.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then group 7. Group 7. Shelly. Yes, Shelly.
Padesarajang Isariyam Chakavati Sukhang Piyam Devarajampi Dibesu Sabamitena Labhati.
Great. And the last group, group 8. Someone from group 8.
Can I try, Bhante, please?
Oh, yes. Are you Chong?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Chong, yes. Go ahead, please.
Padisarajam Isariyam Chakavati Sukham Piyam Deva Rajampi Tibesu Sabametena Lapati.
All right. Yes.
Thank
And
you.
then I'm leaving this up to the floor. So who would like to read? So who would like to read other than the groups? Yes, Chan, go ahead.
Padesarajang Isariyam Chakavati Sukhang Piyam Devarajampi Tipesu Sabametena Lapati.
Sabamitena
Sabametena Lapati.
Labhati. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
Bhante, can I try?
Yes. Yes, really.
Okay. Padesarajang Isariyam Chakavati Sukhang Piyam Deva Rajampi Dibesu Sabbamitena Labati.
Great.
Thank you.
And anybody else? Susan, yes.
Thank you. Padesarajam Isariyam Chakavati Sukham Piyam Devarajampi Debesu Sabametena Labhati.
Right. And then Corina?
It's okay lah. It's okay. Doesn't matter. You're fine, huh?
Yes, Corina.
It's okay. Papa.
Yes, Corina.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe.
All right. So maybe we can ask somebody else. Yes, Rashmi. Yes, Rashmi, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Padesarajang Isariya Chakavati Sukhang Piyam Devarajampi Dibesu Sabametena Labhati.
First line again, please.
Padesarajang Isariya
Isari?
Padesarajjang Issariya.
Isariya. In Pali, when you
Isariyam.
pronounce, do not,
I'm sorry.
do not soften the voice at the end, because we don't know what you are saying.
Yes.
For everybody. Somebody can say, Sabbamete, like, you're going to soften that. We don't know what that person said, because Pali has a lot of aspirates. So, yeah. Right. And then Pochuvong.
May I read again?
Yes, please. Yes, Pochuvong, please give a chance to her too.
Oh, Bhante,
Yes, please
the
let her
sister wants
recite
to
again.
read again, is it?
Yeah, yes.
So let her read again first.
Let her read again and then you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Padesarajjang Issariyang Chakkavati Sukhang Piyang Devarajjampi Dibbesu Sabbametena Labhati.
Yeah, right.
Thank
And
you,
then we have Pochuvong.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Padesarajjam Issariyang Chakkavati Sukhang Piyang Devarajjampi Dibbesu Sabbametena Labhati.
Yeah, great. Anyone else?
Thank you, Bhante.
Anyone else that read? All right. So then let's go to the explanations part. Stanza number 11. Suvannata, Susarata, Susanthana, Surupata, Adipacha Parivar, Sabbametena Labhati. These words that are in both first two lines start from S. And these are some grammatical sophistications, actually. So it gives some beauty. Suvannata, Susarata, Susanthana, Suru. Right? You can see these kinds of styles in different Pali Suttas too. Achikkana, Desana, Panyapana, Pattapana, Vivarana, Vibhajana, Uttanika. What is that? Achikkana, Desana, Panyapana, Pattapana, Vivarana, Vibhajana, Uttanika. This is a section given in the Satcha Vibhanga Sutta, because the Buddha wanted to explain about the ability of Dhamma talks given by Arahant Sariputta. Right? So he ended up by saying Arahant Sariputta can make complicated, deeper Dhamma teachings shallow. Right? Sometimes we see some Dhamma talks are more complicated in the concept, what we know. Right? So it is an ability to make deeper Dhamma teachings shallow. So the same way, the style, Achikkana, Desana, Panyapana, Pattapana, you see, starting with the S, ending with long A, right? Yeah. All right. So these are the things, another set of things that you may be able to have in your next slide, or maybe this slide, just because you are creating lots of good karmas. Are we supposed to make good karmas? Let's have a chat about it, and then we'll go to the stanza. Are we supposed to do a lot of good karmas?
Yes, Bhante. Yes.
Why? Why is it? Because Nibbana is the end of karmas too. Then why, on the other hand, the Buddha is asking us to make a lot of good karmas? There are a number of teachings where Buddha says we have to do good karma. Do not be scared of doing good karmas too. Then, but Nibbana is the end of total destruction, or end of good karmas or bad karmas. So simply karmas. So how do we understand this paradox? It looks like a paradox.
Can we say it's because doing good deeds is actually the right thing to do? In that way, I mean, we are not always motivated to have good returns. Because we are human, so we are supposed to do good. Can we say in that way?
Now I'm looking at the paradox, not what humans are supposed to do. Humans are supposed to do a lot of things in this life, not even making good karmas. So now here in Buddhism, you totally know, on one side, the Buddhist teachings are telling us to do more good karmas and don't do bad karmas. On the other hand, our goal, our aim in our Buddhist practice is to stop making new karmas. That is what you understand by becoming an arahant. Also, when you become a sotapanna, you are minimizing your next lives, and that means you are not creating more good karmas or any karmas. You are completely stopped. So how do we see these two? Should we see it as a balance of these both of them, or should we see them in different two contexts?
Because I mean what do you call we always hear Dhamma talk saying that in order for you to have tranquility, samadhi, you must watch your sila. You have to do good. Then only you can move towards the the peace and the bliss. So only that direction can bring you to nibbana.
So what you say is there are Dhamma talks. These Dhamma talks ask you to do sila, and then because of the sila, you are going to nibbana.
I mean, like you say, because if you don't have sila, when you do meditation, you are not going to progress because of all the unwholesome things that we do daily. Yeah.
Yes.
So in order for you to to progress in your meditation, so you have to.
That's a fact. Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
To keep the wholesome deeds.
Yeah. That it's good for the meditators, especially looking for just a meditation. It's a very good. That's what the Buddha said. But here the idea actually is that as you can see, the overall Buddhist teaching, there is the total destruction of the karmas, which we call as a Nibbana, Buddhahood, Pacceka Buddhahood, Arahant. On the other hand, we have been asked to do good karmas. How do we solve this? Actually, we don't know when we are going to attain Nibbana. Right? We have no idea what it is. But we are doing our best. That is what we know. So till we attain Nibbana, what do you think? Should we have a comfortable life to understand about life? Now, understand life means understanding the dukkha of life. In order for you to understand dukkha of your life, you must have a comfortable life. The poor person, the one who has no affordability to afford food, is always thinking about the happiness of eating food. How come he or she is thinking something beyond that? Now you have food, you have a house, you have a roof over your head, you are safe wherever you are most happy, and then you have access to medication. So you can think about a better happiness at that point. That means we need a comfortable life to think about a better happiness. Now, if you look at Nibbana, that is the highest happiness, what we understand by the word Nibbana. So that is how these two concepts getting a partnership, I would say. On one side, we have to do a lot of good karmas because we need to have a comfortable life till we attain Nibbana, not to be reborn in Deva Loka, here Brahma Loka, different other Loka, that, right? But here you can see that the Sutta is saying, Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta is saying, you perhaps may be reborn in a Deva world, and then be not even as a normal Deva, you will be a king of the Devas. You'll be the universal monarch. They are talking such things. But if you go to the deeper teachings of the Dhamma, like first four Nikayas, this is from the Kuttaka Nikaya, Digha Majjhima Samyutta, you see that expectations about, how, who, and all these things should be forgotten, should be, not considered, rather than doing good karmas to have a comfortable life so that you can practice your Dhamma very well. That is the purpose. How much good karma should we have to do? That's a crazy question. 10%, 50%, 60%, 80%. How much good karmas? That you are doing a lot of good karmas. You are doing dana. You are going to India, right? Going to India to see the Buddhist places. When you go to India, what kind of feeling you had? You know, the Mahaparinibbana Sutta in the Digha Nikaya says, when you go to India, you should have Dhamma Sangvega, not the grief. When people see Kusinara, the what you call the reclining Buddha statue, they feel the grief, but you should feel it's the soga. You should feel Sangvega. This greatest master passed away, so that many people now are not getting benefited in that same way, right? So all are making merits, right? Making merits, so good karmas. So good karmas are necessary. Is it enough if we do one good karma and then we are not engaging back in those good karmas again? How should we keep this practice? Or are we going to be Vesak Buddhist or Katina Buddhist? You go to temple only Vesak, Katina, you know? Or I mean, whether you are somebody like, I would say, you have a plan, you want to get some blessings, you go to the temple asking the monk, Bhante, can you bless me? And when you are rich, you're not coming to the temple. Only when you go down of that richness, you are again looking for the blessings. So you have to continue, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whatever, keep that blessing practice, keep that spiritual practice. Good karmas should be done in that.
Again and again, Bhante. We should repeat again and again.
Yes, repeat again and again. It was given by the Buddha. Punyante pulso kaira, kaira te tam puna. In the same way, bad people also doing the repetition. You know that? Now Sumita said, good people have to keep doing. That is what the Buddha said. Do you know, when a greedy person passed away, he's coming back to the house, always trying to look at the property that he had, being a hungry ghost. Bad guys doing the same repetition. Good people are supposed to do the same repetition. Right? So it's like a very interesting thing to learn actually about karma. So when you attain Nibbana, you are going to stop creating good karmas anymore, isn't it? The moment you become an Arahant, from that moment onwards, till you die, till you pass away as an Arahant, you are not creating good karma. Then what will happen to the Arahant's good karmas? Now Arahants go to the meditation hall, meditate, creating good karma. Arahants go and offer some flowers to the Buddha statue. What will happen to those good karmas? How are we going to understand?
Ahosi, Bhante, they no more creating any good or bad karmas because they have attained arahantship.
The moment you attain Nibbana, from that moment onwards, whatever your karmas, you are not creating karmas. We call them a specific name. What is the particular name?
Ahosi.
Functional karma, is it?
Abhidhamma has a different name.
Yeah,
Sutta Pitaka has a different name. Now
Yeah.
what Sumita is saying is Sutta Pitaka's term, ahosi karma, defunct. They are inactive, karmically inactive. Abhidhamma says Kiriya Chittas. It's a Theravada analysis. Now talking from Sutta Pitaka, it is the early Buddhism. That's a Theravada analysis. Theravada, they say whatever the good karmas that Arahants and so people doing, individuals, they are going to be karmically not functional, dysfunctional actions. All right, but for us, we are supposed to do good karma. One more question. Can we mitigate, can we neutralize our bad karmas, our good karmas, before becoming an Arahant?
Yes.
Talked about Arahants.
Yes, the simile of the salt and the water.
Yes. How would we do that? Let's say you think you may have done
more good karmas to dilute your bad karma.
You think some criminals are thinking to do such? Do you think some criminals are trying to do such?
yes, Bhante, normally like Ajahn Brahm, he used to visit the prisons to help the prisoners
Sorry
by
about that.
giving
So,
Dhamma talk.
all right. So that's why we have to be very careful, when we understand the true Dhamma. Some people might misunderstand. There may be a bad person who might be doing the same bad thing over and over, telling other people, one day when I'm super rich, I will stop my bad business. We'll start doing the good karma. See? In Buddhist teachings, yes, when we are doing more good karmas, ever since we understand that we might have made a mistake, so then we are able to neutralize, but perhaps not completely get rid of it, but minimize, neutralize, mitigate the bad karmas. And the funny thing, on the other hand, there are people who have done a lot of good karmas. At the end of the good karmas, they come up with a bad thought. And they are neutralizing the power of the good karma at that point. Any example? There are times that some are going to do a lot of good karmas. But what is good karma? It is a phenomena that is happening in your mind, right? Nothing else. It is not mere action. So as time goes on, maybe when you look back of the good karma you've been doing, you may come up with a different thought about it. Maybe, let's say you do a dana and you come to a point, my money, my hard-earned money, I lost. Maybe I overspent, right? The moment that kind of a thought is to come, to rise, you are losing lots of good karmas. Because it is an ability to keep good karmas, create good karmas. Sometimes you create good karmas for 2 months. The first day of the third month, you are losing the good karmas you did. Because you are substituting another bad thought about the good karma. So it works on both ways. Good karmas will be diminished by creating it as a bad karma, and bad karmas can be definitely neutralized under certain conditions onto a good karma, right? So it's a very interesting topic, but we are not going to talk that much because we are trying to pay attention to this particular stanza on a dimension of the karma. All right, now as a result of doing good karmas, making good karmas, you may be having good looks. Suvannata. What is vannata? Vanna means vanna.
Beauty.
Vanna means beauty.
Color.
Vanna means color. We all have some colors, huh? Just because we have a color, we are not beautiful. Isn't it? Right? Vanna means color. Right? Every color is beautiful. The beauty is in the beholder's eye. Right? This is what we understand modern way. Not like this is the best color, that is the lowest color. All right.
Until one also mean appearance. Is it correct?
Yeah. Another meaning, appearance, because we recognize anybody from the appearance, right? But basically one means color. All right. Now suvan, you add su, su. Su means well,
good,
well colored. So we have somebody here, Subang. Huh? You don't have the same meaning, right? Subang.
Sumana.
You don't have the same
Sumana.
meaning, but well, I mean, Su in Pali means well, W-E-L-L, well. All right, going back. Vanna, Suvannata, the state of the color. When it is presented by Su, the state of having a good color, state of having a well colored. What is it referring to? A body, somebody's body. So in contextual English terming, we would say good looks, definitely. Susarata. Sarata means, Sara means, what does Sara mean? You can do something like this. Sara. Not Sarah, okay? Sara. Sara mean?
An arrow or sound or kind.
If you go to dictionary, there are a lot of, I always say, Pali words, one Pali word has 10-20 meanings. Evang, me, sutang, ekang, samayang. The Pali word samaya has 9 meanings. Then how do we understand the meaning of particular sutta? We have to know the particular sutta. Now, as Melinda said, Sara means arrow, but the meaning here is not arrow. It is sound, voice. Sara. All right. So, going back, Susarata. That means, Su again means well or good, better. That means, Sara, if Sara is a sound voice, that means a good voice. Are they very important, Nama folks? Is having a body with good looks and having a sweet, good voice, are they very important to us in our life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
They are important. But what if somebody doesn't have these two? Do we have to consider that they haven't done enough good karmas in past life? We don't say that, right? We are very compassionate people, right? Humble, compassionate people. We still say, but we go to the modern understanding. Your voice is good, and then you look beautiful, right? Because you're bringing compassion here, not just picking up the color or the sound. Some people don't understand that. So that there is a new concept that has been espoused by some scholars, karma violence. Because if Buddhism is always telling the problem behind somebody's life is karma, then you might sometimes isolate, excommunicate people depending on their karma. So you see a deaf person, okay, you've done a bad karma in past life, you are deaf. You see a blind person, oh, you're blind because of past karma. You're very ugly because of past karma. Your voice is too terrible, bad karma. If we're going to call as such, I think we are going to create a very bad, terrible, unpleasant situation in your family, outside. Whatever happens to this person, maybe karma, we don't know. Maybe something else. We should be compassionate beings, to accept their life, their nature. Then we're going to be very compassionate to each other. So when we are studying about karma, I want to tell you this. This is a caution. Do not pick up somebody's apparent failure with the karma outrightly. It's going to be very bad then. We're going to be very unpleasant beings to everyone. Huh? All right. Then susarata. Right? Sara means voice. Susantana. Surupata. Then santana. What is santana? Santana means, now you know the meaning. Huh? Santana. Santana means?
Shape.
Santana means texture or the shape or the texture. Do we have a shape or texture of every object? Yes. If you look at a plate of food, if you see a flower, if you see a fruit, if you see anything in this world, they all carry a shape. They all carry a texture, right? That is very interesting, right? Not even the beauty, the shape, what you call the texture, right? If it is an object, this person will get a good texture, shape. Surupata. Now he is taken as appearance, surupata. Right? Then again, a good appearance. A good appearance. Good probably, you know, I think this is mostly looking at the whole overall picture of somebody. Now, normally Pali has a word called aroha parina. Taller to the level of the body. Tall, and then the full body. Aroha parina. Aroha means tall. Parinaha means full. This is what we understand by the Buddha. That kind of a person. Then Adipacha Parivaro. These are two words. Adipacha. Adipacha. Adipacha means ownership. Wherever you go, you are considered as a leader. Can we all become leaders?
No.
Then what will happen to the followers? Huh?
Mm.
Right. There must be some people only likely they want to be followers of somebody, not becoming leaders. So not everyone can be a leader. In order for you to be a leader, you need lots of things. Huh? People have to trust you. People have to know that you are an expert of the subject. People have to trust your words. People have to trust your direction. And you should set an example on other people, right? So there are lots of things. So as a result of doing good karmas, you will be considered as a leader. I would say, probably a master of certain things, certain things. Adipacha. Then Parivaru. Once you become a leader, you get followers automatically, right? Isn't it? When you become a leader, then you must have followers.
Yes.
Which one you would choose? Just because you are a follower, can you get a lead? Right? It might work on the both ways. So as a result of doing a lot of good karmas, you may become a leader and you may get lots of followers. And nowadays people are thinking about how can I get lots of followers on social media, right? I do more good karmas. Then I won't make that happen in this life, huh? Because I need some urgent followers, right? Leaders, becoming a leader and having followers. Sabbhametena labhati. Through this, they may have it also. Because of the good karmas, somebody can get all this. Now let me ask you a question. Oh, any question before? You have any questions about this stanza? Verse?
Bhante, can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
Yeah, the Santana, where you mentioned just now, you mentioned about shape, texture. Can we also?
Texture.
Yeah. Can we also relate that to structure of the object?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, sometimes you don't see the structure from outside. Now, this is more about the outside look of a certain person's figure.
Okay.
So it's more likely, now you see, when you see a cake, right? Nicely well done a cake, you see a texture. I like the texture of this cake. Maybe a bun, maybe object, maybe a person. You have this kind of a whatever, whatever you call it, a shape. So yes, it is structure, but when you say structure, it is something very inclusive of internal things too. We don't see sometimes the structures all the time. Do we see our skeleton? We don't see the skeleton, right? But we see the body, the shape.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Bhante. Yeah.
Other questions about this stanza? Okay, till you come up with a question, if you have. Let me ask you. Now, these are things about our normal life. Everybody wishes to have these things. One, color, good, I would say complexion, or I would say good color. People trying to become, this and that. I don't want to name them, you call them your own way. And then people are trying to have a certain figure. I don't think you may be able to have it. Probably you may have it through some plastic surgeries, like some Koreans do. And then what are the other things here? Sound. I don't know whether you can change your voice or not. So these are things that everybody wishes to have. Now, let me ask you, have you ever experienced a stanza whereby Buddhist monks are going to bless you to have these things, most of these things, by the meritorious activity of offering dana? May the devotees get this and that. Have you ever heard? I think I'm not going to embarrass you by saying that now, giving you some time to think about what was that verse.
Ayu Vano Sukang Balan.
Where is it mentioned?
Especially after you offer the dana.
Just before everyone disperses.
Yes.
Abhivadana
See
Silisa.
later.
We actually recite that even at the end of this session. Abhivadana Silisa Nichang Vadha Pachai. You know, the funny thing is that when monks are saying, lay people also saying that. Now, the meaning is that when you respect the virtuous, what do you call, senior Sangha, then you are getting couple of things. Abhivadana Siddhisa Nichang Vadda Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vaddanti. 4 qualities, 4 good things are going to grow in your life.
Ayu Vano Sukang Balan.
Ayu Vanno Sukhamba. Ayu means your lifespan. Vanno means your color. Sukha means your happiness. Bala means your strength. If your color has not improved, that means you haven't done the good karma very well. Right? Because at the end of each good karma, the monks are blessing you to have good karma.
Yes. Eventually, monk will
there
bless
must have
us.
been a problem either from the monk side or your side, because they are both working as a partnership. Then there's another stanza that the monks are chanting. Chattaro Dhamma Vaddanti Ayuvanno Sukhambala. Ayura Arogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha. Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate
Samejatu.
Ayura Arogya Sampatti. Everybody is wishing for their good health. Without good health, you cannot do any dhamma, because you are hating your body. I have back pain, I have this pain. How to practice a dhamma if you have pain? So we are trying to either minimize the pain, or if not, we are trying to see our pain through Vedanānupassana. My pain is anicca, my pain is dukkha, my pain is anatta. But it is a tough journey, right? because pain is inevitable. Pain is coming up more than how you can reflect upon these anicca, dukkha, anatta. But pain is always there. You are thinking, oh, my pain is anicca, it will be changing. So if I attach to my pain, I have dukkha. Now my body has the pain, so I have to deconstruct the I part. Body has the pain, not me, right? The body is not me, right? You are trying to deconstruct the, I part with the body pain. But it is not, it's a tough journey, because pain is recurrent, it's chronic. If you have a pain as a part of a cancer or maybe something else, it's difficult, but you can try. So the monks are saying, Ayura Rogya Sampatti, may you be able to have the good health. Sagga Sampatti Mevacha. And they are also saying, may you have good rebirth. May you have good rebirth till you attain Nibbana. Then Ato Nibbana Sampatti, then Nibbana Sampatti, Iminate Samijjatu. May your aspirations also. No, this means Ayu Vanna Sukha. These are very important things. Now, in some of the very interesting suttas in Anguttara Nikaya, it says, not even 4 things. When you offer dana, you get 5 things. What are they? Have you ever heard
wisdom? Yeah, wisdom. Additionally, you get wisdom. The 5th one is wisdom.
We have a different term. It's not exactly wisdom. Ayu, Vanna, Sukha, Bala. It's not Panya. Patibhana. Patibhana. What is this Pali word? Patibhana. Being able to understand everything objectively very fast. Now, when we experience life events, we are not able to have that understanding very fast. We are disillusioned. We are, distracted. Right? It takes time sometimes, right? Patibhana, you can understand anything through wise attention, Yoniso Manasikara very fast. Now it says, when Dayakas are going to offer dana, they are giving monks Ayu, Vanna, Sukha, Bala, Patibhana. That means they are not just giving rice. They are not just giving curry pav. They are not just giving roti chana, whatever salad or whatever. They are giving Ayu, Vanna, Sukha, Bala, Patibhana. Not even that. Ayun Dattva Ayusabhagi. By giving lifespan to the monk, the recipients, the dayakas, the donors are also able to get the ayu. Are you also getting ayu? It's kind of a two-way process. You are giving one to the sangha, you're getting the one back. Then you are, what do you call, ayuvanna, sukha. You are giving happiness and you are getting happiness, right? Nothing in your life comes to you without having done something in past life.
Bhante,
Mostly.
Bhante,
Yes,
how you spell the Patipanna?
maybe I will show you. Yeah, I will type and show you better. Patipanna. This one. Yeah, Patipanna. Ready with promptitude. There are many translations. I would say having a what do you call, having the presence of mind to understand what it is. Tibahan. All right. So going back, by offering, by giving bala, physical strength to the sangha, you getting back the physical strength. By giving the patibahana to the sangha, you getting patibahana too. So it's a two-way process. If you haven't got them so far, then you must do more good karmas. Create some additional good karmas. Huh? All right. Going back to the text again. All right. Suvannata, good looks, voice, good shape, appearance, and leadership and followers. So you are getting all that. So that means anybody who has been able to acquire these things so far in their life, as you can see, they must have done these things in a past life. But if they are misusing the power, misusing whatever the things that they are, let's say somebody is extremely beautiful, but going to misuse that beauty, doing a lot of bad things in this life, that person will be experiencing the results of that bad karma in this life or next life or other lives. That's very interesting. Let's say you are so much helped out by other people help you a lot, but you are not grateful toward those good people. Have you seen such people? You are giving, you are taking care of others, but they are not very much grateful. What will happen to those people in the next lives? They will have to pay back. Like when somebody gives you some food, you know that you have to give the food back. You don't want to be a part of this debtness. There is a story that somebody helped somebody very much, but the person did not help back. Then this person became a dog of that person in the next life. By being a dog, he had to take care of his property. Now just think about it. Never die without paying the cost of other people. Try your best. Right? There is no free lunch, huh? Interesting. So if we get other people's, unless you cannot, maybe you cannot help back, maybe you are not affordable. But if you can pay back, you must pay back by service or whatever. Otherwise, you will pay back. You will be their watchdogs. You'll be their cows, taking care of their properties, right? The Buddha's sayings is that. All right. So anyways, people are getting these things as a consequence of good karmas. Next stanza. This is all about kings. We have to look at these kings differently. Padesa Rajjang Issariyam Chakkavatti Sukhampiyam Deva Rajjam Pidippesu Sabbhametena Labdati. Rajjang. Here is no Rajjang. What has happened? We have a look at it. Padesa Rajjang Issariyam. What is Padesa Rajjang? Does anybody have a good understanding about the Indian king system at that time? Any understanding? What is the Indian king system like? There was a, what do you call, there was a main king. There are many other kings under his kingship. So we call them as vassal kings. How are we calling them? We are calling them as vassal kings. Samanta Raj.
Samantha.
Now, mostly, you know, the state called Vajji, the state of Vajji. How many kings were there in the Vajji state at the time of the Buddha? Vajji.
Seven.
7 kings?
Several sub-kings. There are many sub-kings.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there were 16 states at the time of the Buddha.
Yes.
Anga, Kasi, Kosala, Magadha, Vatsa, Avanti. There are many states. And there are 4 republican states. Magadha, Vatsa, Magadha, Kosala, Vatsa, Avanti. Yeah? So, but Vajji, the state of Vajji had 7,762 kings. Are you surprised? Then you might think about when there are many kings, they must have messed up. They did not mess up, because they had 7 fundamentals. We have to always get together. We have to always decide together. We have to take care of the young women. We're going to take care of the elderly. We're going to take care of the religious building. So they had 7 fundamentals that they agreed upon. Then one day, 2 of the ministers of King Ajasatta went to see the Buddha, and they told Buddha a secret. Bhante, King Ajasatta is going to take over the state of Vajji. Then Buddha said, never. Don't even talk about it. It's not going to happen, because these 7,762 kings are very united. They are not doing things just because they want to do. They are always together. And one day, when somebody came to see the Buddha, he was very wondering about to see the Deva. You know the Deva? Different people have different thoughts about the Deva. Then the Buddha said, if you haven't seen the Deva, look at these 7,700 kings in the Vajji state. Their color, their body, they are equal to the Devas in the Tavatins. They must have been very beautiful beings. Huh? If the Buddha says so, they must have been very beautiful beings. Right? So the point here is that in India, at the time of the Buddha, there were many states, and there were main kings, and there were vassal kings. There were, you know, I would say kings that were supervised by the main king. Right? So as a consequence of good karmas, you perhaps may be a Padesa Rajya. You might get a kingship of a local kingdom, sovereignty of a local kingdom. Padesa means Padesa, locality, or an area, Padesa. Now, if you go to Sri Lanka, you might have seen some lanes have been named as Pradesha, Pedesa. Same, it comes from this Pali word, Pedesa. Whatever the name, and Pedesa means area, right? Not even that. Issariyam means kingdom. Issariyam. Then, Chakkavatti Sukham Piyam. This is the most important kingship in the Buddhist teachings. Has anybody heard this term before? Chakkavatti?
Yes, yes.
How have you heard? What do you know about it?
I can't remember. It's the wheel turning monarch.
Who is that? He has a wheel and he's turning that all the time. Who is that? Who is he?
Buddha himself.
See, we have a lot of ideas when you don't know. Okay, let me cut it short and then say. Now, Chakkavatti is the ideal kingship in Buddhist teachings. It's not a kingship in Arab. It's not a kingship in the United Kingdom. It's not a kingship in somewhere else. This is the ideal kingship in Buddhism. The nice thing is that Chakkavatti Raja governs the whole universe without torturing without hurting anybody. His philosophy is always, whatever his decision, have to go through the Dhamma. Chakravarti Rajas are not appearing when a Samma Sambuddha is appearing in the world. Right? When the Samma Sambuddha is appearing in the world, Chakravartins are not going to appear. So also the Pacceka Buddhas. Pacceka Buddhas cannot, there are no Pacceka Buddhas during the time of Samma Sambuddha. So they are mostly reborn and then working after the Samma Sambuddha. So Samma Sambuddha's time. You see a lot of Pacceka Buddhas in Isagili Sutta, right? Isagili Sutta. Isagili Sutta, there's a Sutta called Isagili. There are lots of Pacceka Buddhas. Anyways, and do you remember when the Brahmins were invited to the palace of King Suddhodana? Then the King Suddhodana asked a name and asked them to predict about his son. We call them a birth naming ceremony. Jati Mahotsava, or in Sanskrit, Jati Mahotsava. So then, what did the Brahmins tell? What did these very highly expert Brahmins tell about the son of the King Suddhodana?
He will be a monarch.
He may be either the universal monarch or the Buddha.
Yes.
But there was one person who precisely said that he would be the Sammasa. Who was it?
Kondanya.
Kondanya. Now, at that time, there were two choices: either becoming a universal monarch or becoming the Sammasa. Now we understand this universal monarchhood from that point of time, you know. So it's a big concept. If you can become a universal monarch, a Chakravarti Raja, you get 7 important things, and then you become the king of this whole universe. So you know, it's the most powerful kingship in the world. I think we don't have time to talk about a lot about him, but just understand it is the most important kingship in the Buddhist teachings. Have you ever heard a connection between universal monarch to the Katina ceremony? You go to Katina ceremony after the Vasa. Have you ever heard any connection between the Katina ceremony and the Chakravarti Raja? Really? It is said that I think a lot of temples now, they are sewing the robe, because the devotees are supposed to offer a unfinished, it's not a robe. They are offering the clothing, piece of clothing. They are not offering a robe. Now they are saying we are offering Katna robe. Devotees are supposed to offer a piece of cloth, and then they are going to dye it, and then going to sew it. When you sew that robe, it's not yet a cutting. You have to offer it after that. So when you sew it, it is said that for every stitch that you make, you get 84 times of universal monarchhood in your next lives. Interesting. For one stitch, let's say you stitch, for one stitch, you get 84 times of universal monarchship. Here you see. Has anybody saw a Katna cloth here? Katna robe?
Yes, yes, yes.
Or you
At our
simply bought a robe and then offered to the Sangha?
No,
Ready-made robe.
somebody bought, and then they dye,
Ah.
and somebody sew the robe on the
That's
day
the way
itself.
how to offer it. But nowadays, they buy a robe and then they offer it. Easiest way. But normally, they have to offer a piece of cloth, and then Sangha with the support of somebody, and letting devotees to sew, dye, and then sew, and then. So if you were a part of that sewing activity, for every stitch you make, you get 84 times of. It is said, we don't know, it is said in the text. But there was a monk called Nagita, Arhan Nagita. He said that in past, because once when the Buddha was at the place called Anotatta, he asked from the monks, is there anybody who did a special good karma in the past life? And the Nagita, Arahan Nagita raised his hand. I did a Katina ceremony in a past life. And before I became a monk in this life as a human, I have been born in what do you call Chakkavati Raja lives many times. So I offered a Katina at the time of Padumuttara Sammasam or Vipassi or Padumuttara Sammasam. All right, so this is about the Chakkavati Raja. We are not going to talk a lot about it, but what you have to understand is you may become a Chakkavati. Then Deva Rajampi Dibbesu. Deva Rajampi. What is Deva? What does Deva mean? Deva?
Gods, is it? The gods. The gods.
Deva means Devas.
Devas.
Yeah. Devas. Devas mean deities. Are there any other Pali meanings for Deva? You go and look it up the dictionary, typing it. Deva. Devo vassatu kale sassa sampatti hotucha pito bhavatu lokocha raja bhavatu dhammiko. Devo vassatu kale.
King, a king, the sky, the deity, meaning.
Devo also means rain. Rain. That is why it is said, Devo Vasatu Kale. Now somebody I heard translating, please God rain. I mean, they haven't had a good Pali knowledge. God, please rain. Something like that. I remember there was a chronicle, maybe some Dutch records, when the Portuguese came to Sri Lanka in the 15th century. There was a time that in Sri Lanka, there was no rain. And then they asked from the locals in Nikampo area, there's no rain. What do you do? Before we came, because it was a Buddhist country at that time. Not the first people to colonize Sri Lanka was Portuguese. Okay, then the Buddhist people told Portuguese, we normally take the Buddha statue out of the temple, we go in a procession all over. Then rain rains. Okay, we are not asking to do with the Buddha statue. Take the St. Mary's statue, we'll go in the procession. Oh my goodness, rain starts. Yes, that's what that record say. That means it is not about the Buddha statue. It's not about the St. Mary's statue. It's about people's wish. May rain start. Because when everybody expects something, it can happen with good thoughts, right? So anyways, so Deva has many meanings. Deva is not only deity, but also rain. In another place, if you can remember, this is from the Terigata. Devocha Vassati, Devocha Galagalaya. This is a this is a lyric given by somebody, an Arahan. Devocha Vassati. That means rain rains. Devocha Galagalaya. See, the Arahants are more enjoying the beauty. One Arahan noticed how the water flows down. The water flows down with the sound of gala 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 gala. When the water actually flowing down, he noted the sound gala gala. We never actually think that way. We always see the fountains, water. Oh, what is that? But Arahants are enjoying fully the experience. So Deva means rain. So here, what we understand is Deva Rajampi Dibbesu. You may perhaps become the king in the Deva world. That is interesting. Are there kings in the Deva worlds? Anybody? Are there kings? Yes. In each Deva world, there are kings. Who is the king for Chatum Maharajika, the first heaven? Chatum Maharajika, Yama, Tavasin, Satusita, Nimman, Rati, Paramitwasa. These are the Buddhist heavens. Chatum Maharajika has 4 kings, 4 Deva kings. Who are they called? Dataratta, Virupaka, Viruda, Vessavan. They are the kings. Are they what do you call very independent kings, or are they being supervised by somebody else? They are not independent kings. They are supervised by the Sakka. They have to report to the Tavatinsa. So if you go to Yama, there is another king. If you go to Tavatinsa, there is another god, that means Sakka, right? But there is one god for the whole world. Who is that? He has the ownership of all the karma world. He is called Deva Putta Mara. He is the Mara. When the Mara was fighting with the Buddha, even Devas were scared. What will happen to the Buddha now? Right? They were very scared because Devaputta Mara is the highest god. He is living in the Parinimita Vasavati. He has the ownership of the whole karma world. It's heavens, hells, everything. He is monitoring all that. That's why it is said that when somebody is in the meditation, if the meditation is doing well, working well, he is disturbed. He is coming and trying to distract that person. Remember a very funny, a very nice, humorous story. There was a monk who is sweeping the compound of the temple very well. And then after he finished sweeping the compound, he is looking at the pile of garbage. And then also looking at the larger area he swept. And then he was very happy. Then because of that clarity of the mind, he's almost going to become an Arahant. So Mara saw this. Paramita Vasavati is Devaputtama. He immediately came in. He said, I'm Mara. I don't like what you are going to do. You have to stop this. Then he said, monk said, yes, I'm going to stop. But can you do one help? One small favor. I know you've seen the Buddha. He said, yeah, I had a fight with him. What do you want? He said, can you trance into the real Buddha? Then I will stop this meditation. Then he trance into the real Buddha. It is not these statues. These statues have a very weird image. The Buddha is reflected with the Greek goddesses' hair. The real Buddha has no hair, right? And colored in white color. You see a Buddha in white color, but the statues are like that. So he transferred the true Buddha body. Once the monk saw the real Buddha, he became enlightened. And then Mara was really hopeless. So the Devaputta Mara has the power, ownership of the whole karma world. So the idea is that you perhaps will become a king of any Deva world. Now you might ask, Bhante, if the Mara is the head of all the world, then he's doing bad work. How come? What karma he may have done to become the Devaputta Mara? That's an interesting question. The reason is that people who do lots of karmas with lots of expectation would become a Mara, or maybe the followers of the Mara. Mara has lots of followers. Mara Deva. All right. Anyways, so these are the things you may get as a consequence of doing good karmas. Here, you may become a local king under a major one. You may become the Chakravati Raja. You may become a god for a particular heaven. You get. So these two stanzas should not be treated as teachings where you want to go on a very aimless sansaric journey. You need to take these two stanzas in a way that I need to be comfortable till I attain Nibbana. Do not expect to become a Deva. Do not expect to become a Chakravati. Do not expect to become a local king. Do not expect this and that. If you do good karmas, they will come to you naturally. They will come to you naturally. If you expect, the quality will go down a little bit. All right. Any questions for these two stanzas today?
Bhante,
Yes.
just want to ask, if there is a choice for you to become a human or a Deva in the next life, what would you choose? Which path is better for you to attain Nibbana?
Becoming a human is the best, but we don't have to wish that too, because if you do good karmas, you will become a human automatically, even you wish or not. This wishing idea came late actually. You have to wish. Even Nibbana you have to wish. But if you are really following the Dhamma, true Dhamma, then that will take you to the next phase of your spiritual life. Because if you're going to wish, then you are kind of marginalized in your spiritual journey. Once you marginalize, that can be a worry in your spiritual journey.
What I mean is that it's I mean, to attain Nibbana, if you have a next human life, is a more, what do you call, it's a better path, right? Because as a human you can.
No, I'm telling you don't have to wish to become a
no,
human, because
I'm
if
not.
you have done good karmas, you'll be automatically a human.
Okay.
That's the thing. You are asking me, there are two choices, which one we're gonna choose? We don't have to choose, because if you have done the proper path, if you are trying to overcome this sakkaya ditthi, vicikiccha, silappata, paramasa, you are definitely going to be a manusa, because then you are going to do the rest of your journey. Deva world is not helping you for that. Deva means that you are enjoying happiness, too much happiness. Hell means too much suffering. Too much suffering, too much happiness. They are atta kilamata anuyoga and tamasukallika anuyoga. So you are not able to proceed on your journey.
But if are the Deva able to practice like human to attain Nibbana?
There are certain stories whereby Devas attain Nibbana. Devas attain Sotapanna, actually. Devas and Brahmas. But it is a, I would say, it is a very unpredicted journey, whether you can or not. Because at the same time, it is said that when Devas come to see the Buddha started giving Dhamma talks. Buddha started giving Dhamma talks about Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. When they hear Anicca, they get fainted. They faint, swoop. Why? They never hear the word Anicca. They always think my happiness, my Deva happiness is eternal. So I think although we have some isolated stories about some Devas attaining Sotapanna, but still it is a very, they are very isolated examples. So it's difficult actually, because when you have too much happiness, you are not easily able to think about the middle path. You take, for instance, this world, when people are having so much happiness, they are wanting to go to the next level of that happiness, right? They are not able to look at the both. So we are, I think, happy. We are happy because we can see the both sides. We can see the suffering of some people. We can see the issues with a very luxurious life, right?
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you, Bhante.
yes, better continue on the middle path. Any other questions?
On the trivia.
Yes, Annie.
Bhante, you meant that when you stitch a katina rope, then it brings good karma. What about when you cut the cloth?
No. It's not what I said. It is what Bhante Nagita says. Arahan Nagita is
Okay,
my words.
Arahan said. So
He
has
says for every
to,
stitch he made in sewing the rope,
uh-huh.
he got for one stitch, he got 84 times of being a universal monarch. Yes.
Okay.
But I think for our, yes,
nothing is said about cutting the cloth.
Cutting the cloth, I think you have to cut the cloth before stitching, right? Maybe you might get the same. I mean,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you,
Hopefully, there is no mentioning about it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
right.
yeah. Have you cut the rope? Cut the rope?
Yes, I've
Oh,
done that
okay. You
before.
should be complimentary things.
But Bhante, did you say 84 what? You get 84 what?
Okay, now we did just discuss about the becoming a universal king, universal monarch in the stanza. It is the ideal king in Buddhist teaching. There's a king. There's a king. It's not a king in a country. It's the king. It's the kingship to the whole universe. So when you in one of the places it says, when you sew the katina rope, you have to make stitches. So for every stitch, you get 84 times of universal monarch rebirth.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes. So that is what we see.
Bhante, Karina.
Yes, good.
Just you were talking about the 84 stitches on the Katina rope. Okay, if I have so if now I have sewn a few ropes, so what does that mean?
You to multiply the number, do the maths.
Now, of course, I won't
Do
be
your
counting the
maths.
stitches, right?
Yes. Now see, now you are going to the Bhavatanha side. This is what happens. That's why we have to be careful. Do the things, rest you will be taken care by your own good karma. Do not think a lot. Just think you did a good karma. Do not give a lot of meaning to your good karma. Sometimes when you do give a lot of meaning to good karma, we are creating Bhavatanha. We want to be becoming, you know.
They become greedy, right?
Become greedy. Now you're thinking about, I have done a couple of ropes, so I might get like, you know,
Yeah,
probably
that's why
80,
I was just
102.
raising that question because I don't think about that, but I was thinking,
Yes.
there are a few ropes which I've sewed. So what would that mean?
Yeah, but anyways, happy to hear that you have done it. It's good. All right. Any more questions? Can take one more question. Otherwise, we're going to transfer to karmas. Have you ever heard about this cutting a rope thing before?
Never.
You haven't heard this before?
No. No.
I'm helping them you to think about now the stitches.
Yeah.
But
This Katina, but a lot of
all
people
right.
grab it to sew ropes.
Yes, you simply sew the rope. Okay. All right, so we're going to transfer the good karmas now. May all the good karmas that we be accumulating today by learning another 2 gathas, stanzas of the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta, be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May the departed ones be well and happy. May they finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. May all the good karmas be shared by all the Deva, Naga, Mahita. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, in particular for your Dhamma journey. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika also finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu lokasasanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanam. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu mang paranti chirang rakhantu tvang sadati. In this sansaric journey, may we be in the company of Kalyana Mittas. As we understand, Kalyana Mittas, having Kalyana Mittas is a mandatory requirement to become Sotapanna, along with Yoniso Manasikara, Paratokosha, and Dhammanudhamma Patipada. So we have to deepen our Kalyana Mitta friendships all the time and not become caught up in any unwise Papa Mitta friendships. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yavani bala patiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silis nichang vadha prachayino. Chattaru dhamma vadhanti. Ayuvano sukhang balang. Ayurarukya sampatti. Sagga sampatti me vache. Ato nibbana sampatti. Iminate saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right? Online part reading class for today is over. Wishing you a good night. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you, Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Sadhu,
Thank
sadhu,
you.
sadhu.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
good night,
everybody. Good
every,
night.
good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, good night. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Good night, everybody, and take
Sutta
Yes.
care. Bye-bye.
class.
Yes, Kim? Yes.
We have Sutta class tomorrow, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
okay.
do have. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night.
Yes. Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sister Kim.
Yeah,
Sister
Thank you,
hi.
Kim.
Bhante. Good night.
How
Thank you, Doris.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bhante, no Sutta class, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the Sutta class for Tiratana. Tiratana Vihara clan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Facebook one
No
too.
one, Corina, I thought you're involved.
No, I'm in Shanghai.
No. I mean, you're normally in that class, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking whether there's a class tomorrow or
Yeah.
not.
If you have time, yeah. Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night, Shirley.
Good night. Yeah,
Good
sorry.
night.
to
Good
miss
night,
you.
Bhante.
Yes,
Good night. Good night. Thank you.
Linda,
Thank you
good
so
night.
much. Take care. Take
Yes,
care.
take care
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Night.